It's kind of more individual. You don't need to catch up with anyone.
You are catering to every single child in your class. My name's Jane Couchet and I teach at St Stephen's College, which is an independent college on the Gold Coast.
We have about 1,200 pupils ranging from prep to year 12.
So there's lots of different spaces where the kids can work. They're not confined to one seat all of the time.
Our classroom's really fun because we get to choose wherever we want to sit.
I don't know how I'd go back to a normal classroom, to be honest. I couldn't sit in rows and have them regimented because I just think the kids are more creative like this.
It uses lots of digital technology.
Everyone in Year 5, they've got their own device, their own digital pen.
You don't cart books home, you just take your OneNote home and you can check it anywhere, at any time. Whereas before, I would have to take everybody's books home, have a look, mark after class because you can't mark in class, and if you did, there's children missing out. And you had to try and differentiate the best you could with one standard Year 5 text, which is virtually impossible.
For some reason, I feel like I could have just done more, higher grade math.
I've done this before, why is she doing this again?
Like, some people would work on the same thing, even though they're smarter than that.
I would have to come up with the questions and I would have to look at all of the data and group them myself based on what I could kind of gather from their test. All of that's been taken out of it for me. It's been taken out of my hands, all of that sort of administration stuff, to be honest. And I can focus on teaching and guiding and facilitating within my classroom a lot better.
We are no longer the gatekeepers of knowledge. You can press a button and get any information you want in a millisecond. And what we as teachers need to be doing is guiding the children to find the correct knowledge, know what's true and what's untrue, and to expand their minds. And so by facilitating, you can actually allow them to achieve greater than they would have before when you kept that knowledge. Quite a lot of people who first hear about Math Pathways feel that it's all computer generated and the computer teaches the child, which is totally incorrect. Yes, there's a video to help them, but they peer teach, they self-learn, and most importantly, I think very valuable learning is in the rich tasks and the mini lessons, because that's where the learning takes place, in the conversations that you have.
2 flaps that are going up.
Yep.
Then this one.
What's it called?
Because that's the one that means Sarah got stuck on, because you can't glue it together.
My time could be better spent planning amazing conceptual mini lessons for my students, finding that rich task that's going to ignite some passion or some excitement about mathematics.
5. How much have we got now? All right, you ready? 2!
That challenge everyone. I don't think anyone's ever just said, I got this.
The rich tasks in particular do that because of the multiple entry and exit points. The children could be working with somebody else who can carry them a bit further, or go, well, hang on, why don't we try it this way, because no two people think the same. So that part of the Math Pathways, I think you have to have that as well as the individual learning.
The data that I get from Maths Pathway is really comprehensive. What it's enabled me to do is plan mini lessons that are really going to cater for certain small groups of students, because I know where they're at. I've got all of that in my back pocket, so to speak.
Today I'm going to be working with Group 1. You will need your device for the mini lesson today, okay? Now, we still see all of the time prices online like this.
Another thing that I really, really enjoy about it is having the one-on-one meetings with the students.
I would be looking for word patterns that you could use and manipulate to work for you. You know what I mean?
I feel like I know them so well as mathematicians, and they know that I'm there to help them.
I'm going to let you pick your partner today.
Grows their mathematical brain in ways that's not possible if you just sat with a textbook, because that's only one way of learning. The more variety and the more ways you do things, the more connections your brain is making, so it's invaluable. The most empowering thing is watching children, despite their academic abilities, achieving success. They're very much aware that to fail is not a failure. What do we call a first attempt in learning?
You don't just say, oh, I'm bad at that, I'm not doing it anymore.
Kids get enthusiastic about being on their own journey and not being constantly compared to everyone else.
They're not contained by what parameters you put on them, they can contain themselves.
I believe that what I am right now, I could be so much better in anything, in math, in sport, in English, I don't know, whatever, just because of growth mindset.
The transformations that I've seen in my students is a lot more confidence,
2 weeks ago, our top achieving student was my weakest math student, and you could not have taken a smile off of her face. It was amazing. That's what I love.
It's honestly helped, I think, everyone in the class.
Math is way better than what it was before.
I don't know, it's just so amazing. I love Math Pathways.
The only certainty in life is change. So you need to change, because otherwise you're left behind. And although it's scary, embracing the change and taking on Math Pathways and taking on the technology has been life-changing.
At first, I was a little bit scared as well, but once I actually investigated and I saw what it could actually do for me as a teacher, I was amazed.
Come and have a look. Come and watch the delight on their faces. Come and watch the interaction. Come and see how easy it is in the classroom when you have 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 different levels happening at the same time. How the children interact, the growth that's happening, the delight that's happening. It speaks for itself, really.